is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Do y'all like our new intro? I feel like I should wear a cape. I need a letter on the front of my shirt that has my superhero insignia. I'm Devin O'Day. I'm so glad that you're here. We are kicking off this week with a bang. So much stuff happening, but it is Menu Monday. We're going to talk to Tammi Arender. She's got a great story on Edley's barbecue, their farm to fork segments that she has on RFD TV and also on News Channel 5. We've got some new shows coming. We've got some Christmas movies coming that are going to be either they debuted this weekend and they're starting out on all of the Christmas channels, but there's some series that are coming back, including Sex and the City. We'll have all the news about that coming up. And of course, Big Joe on the go with Mornings on Main Street. If you don't get a chance to watch it at 7 o'clock, it stays up. Great stories. Like he actually went to the Sistine Chapel exhibit that we've been talking about and covered it. Everything around this town, he and I are trying to go to every single thing that we can possibly squeeze in and squeeze all the juice out of the orange. But what was Big Joe's take on the Sistine Chapel? Take a look.
There's a great exhibit that's opening today at Opry Mills. We're running through like January the 4th or 5th. Anyway, it opens today. It is the Sistine Chapel, the exhibition. And if you've never been to the Sistine Chapel, well, they're bringing it to you, and it's remarkable, absolutely remarkable. So we got a kind of behind-the-scenes tour last night of what's going to be happening over there. And if you've ever wanted to go to the Sistine Chapel over in Italy, all you got to do is go to Opry Mills in Donaldson, and you will see it. Here's our story from last night.
This is Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel, the exhibition, and how this all came about is our CEO, Martin Bialis, about 10 years ago. He did a visit to the Sistine Chapel at the Vatican in Rome. And I don't know if you've been there, but if you have, they kind of push you through in about 15 minutes. You can't take any photos whatsoever. And the other thing is you don't really get it. You look up and you think, well, it's beautiful, but who are those people? Why are they up there, And so what he decided, since he's in the exhibit business, is why not put this on canvas, high-resolution photography, and then make it look like a fresco, just like it was painted on the plaster that Michelangelo did up there for 5 years. And so that's what we've done. And so people can see all these images up close. And what's amazing is we have an audio guide that you can get, or you can read the signage right by the frescoes. And what that does is it tells you who these people are in history and what significance they played and why Michelangelo and the Pope chose these particular subjects to paint.
I think I've spent the first 5 minutes just in stunned silence. Is that a normal reaction?
Yes, it is. Everybody just comes in because what's so wonderful is when you see this up close, you see every brush stroke that he did. And what's funny is Michelangelo, he told the Pope he didn't want to do this, little fact. He said, I'm not a painter, I'm a sculptor. And the Pope said back in those days, he was the ruler. So he said, no, you will do this for us. And so he did it for the church. But when you look at this stuff, you think, how can somebody think that they weren't an artist or a painter? I mean, it's just spectacular. And then another fun fact is that he went to the morgue and would study cadavers to understand the body anatomy and to get all the way that, a body should be shaped. So it's pretty amazing.
It is amazing. Now, I asked you if you've been to the Sistine Chapel. So
yes, I have.
You have a greater appreciation of what we're seeing right now than somebody who's not been there, I would think.
Yeah, well, I felt the way that Martin Bialis felt as I went in, and you're kind of pushed through, but nothing can take away the beauty of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican. But I wanted to know more. I wanted to know, well, who are the people, and I wanted to take pictures, and you can't. They'll take your camera away from you, or your phone. Oh. So, which nice is here, you can take as many pictures as you want.
And we will. Really cool. When you go up to and look at the different paintings, it's kind of blocked out what we're looking at and then the description, and that is so helpful. And that's what you wish you had when you toured, right?
Exactly. Yes.
And so it goes in great detail of what that person is and what Michelangelo was painting.
Yep, exactly.
And that's simple.
And we also have a wonderful attraction here is the little theater that we have. And we have this comedian and an animated Michelangelo character. And it's hysterical. And they interact with each other. And, but it gives you, I don't know, a lot of facts and information. And sometimes that can be boring. But this is done in a fun way because the comedian is interacting with a, Michelangelo character.
That's very good. What do you hope people take away from this?
I hope that they take away that, art, these kind of shows. I mean, I know there's so many wonderful things out there like Van Gogh, but this is just a typical art show where you go in and appreciate the pieces of art. And it's just, I hope that these kind of shows come back where people just love museum type feel. Being able to enjoy the arts.
Is this something where every time that you go through this, you learn something new? Because I believe I would.
Yes, I have. I learned little facts. Another fact I learned at my last stop is on the Last Judgment when you go down there. Michelangelo, he did a little Alfred Hitchcock where he put himself in the painting. There's over 400 characters in the Last Judgment, and he's one of them. And when you go down there, you'll see it's kind of a shrinking image, and it's a prophet holding on to him, and he's sinking down to hell, and the prophet is trying to take him to heaven because he always felt like he wasn't a good person, but he felt like maybe there was something redeeming about it, that because he did this for the church. I mean, this was 10 years of his life. Right. 5 years with the original 33 frescoes, and then for the Last Judgment, it took him another 5 years. So 10 years of his life giving to the church. So he felt like there was a redeeming quality that maybe he will get to go to heaven.
Well, I hope so. Again, it's remarkable how, I'm not sure my camera gives it the just of how beautiful it is in here.
Well, thank you. I know, it's breathtaking. And each time you look at it, you discover something new in each of the paintings. So
perfect. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful. It opens today at Opry Mills. Check it out. It's really, really cool.
Mornings on Main Street every day at 7 a.m. Big Joe gives you an introduction to the day. It's always fantastic. So hopefully you'll go by and subscribe. Main Street Nashville is the page to go to, but we're in all of our Main Street pages. Hey, we have got a big show coming to Nashville. And you're from Nashville if you understand Christmas for Kids. I had the great privilege of being at the Ryman Auditorium, interviewing artists and doing the cutaways and hosting the online portion for Heartland Television a couple of years ago, Christmas for Kids. The concert is November 22nd at the Ryman, an incredible lineup.
Christmas for Kids is back at the Ryman this November 22nd. Christmas for Kids provides children with shopping sprees, coats, and an unforgettable experience every year. This annual fundraising concert helps bring that experience to more kids. This year's event will be hosted by Phil Vassar with performances from Jeffrey Steele, Eddie Montgomery, Brett James, Russell Dickerson, November Blue, and more. Christmas for Kids, November 22nd. To purchase tickets, go to Ryman.com.
It's going to be fantastic. And right after November 22nd, the concert at the Ryman, then December 5th in Hendersonville will be the bus tours where all the artists bring their tour buses and people can tour those. And then right after that, volunteers will go with children. And these kids have a chance to go inside the store and shop for their families or for themselves for Christmas. And I say, shop for their families because 99.9% of those kids want to buy Christmas presents for their families or for other people, and they don't even think about themselves. It's just a very moving experience. Christmas for Kids, a great organization. Concert, November 22nd, Ryman.com to get your tickets. Okay, guilty pleasure. Sex and the City, I just love the show. I came to it late and I watched it, binge watched it, and loved it. And I will tell you, it is coming back. If you are a streamer, if you have HBO Max, you are going to want to save the date for December.
Ladies, your table is ready. They say some things never change. But the truth is, life is full of surprises. And as your story unfolds, the city reinvents itself. And just like that, a new chapter begins.
Barbecue in the South means we smoke our meats. We use low temperature and lots of smoke.
Will Newman was born in Memphis.
Did not grow up in Memphis, but there's something about being born in Memphis that kind of stamps, barbecue in your DNA.
So with a love of barbecue and an entrepreneurial spirit, he opened Edley's. The name is a tribute to his grandfather, Edley Newman, born in a tiny town in Warren County, Tennessee, an area rich in agriculture.
And so I grew up working cows, I grew up working pigs, I grew up doing hay, tobacco, and so, farming and then within our family, that the land has been in our family for 4 generations, and so it's just kind of been ingrained in kind of who we are as Newmans.
Partnering with farmers so guests can have the best gate-to-plate experience is a top priority for Newman. He's even paid a visit to Double R Farms in Washington State. This is where he gets his prime beef brisket.
Hey friends, finishing up my time here at Double R Ranch in Loomis, Washington, near the Canadian border, and just honored to get to meet this wonderful family.
I mean, from the breeding to the harvesting to production, they control all of it. And their pride in their cattle, their pride in how they treat their cows, their pride in the product that they serve the guests is so contagious.
At Edley's, they also like to use Porter Road Butcher, located in East Nashville. Porter Road works with select farms and hand cuts every piece of protein at their Kentucky facility.
Yeah, I'm going to have to jog from here to Memphis to work all this off, but I absolutely cannot wait. All right, I'm just going to tell you, I would be the size of a Buick if I worked here or lived next door to this place. This is absolutely out of this world.
Oh, the brisket salad. Have you had that before? I have. I get it every couple of weeks. It's delicious.
And Edley's is also featuring their very own Nashville hot barbecue, capitalizing on that famous hot chicken.
And we felt like we've created a really cool, fun, unique flavor that's a lot of spice, a lot of heat, a lot of smoke. It just creates a truly unique flavor that we feel is unique to Music City and Nashville.
I'm Tammi Arender for News Channel 5.
Tammi Arender is so kind to let us use the segments she does for News Channel 5 and RFD TV, Farm to Fork, our Menu Monday special. Glad to talk about Edley's, and they're also a big part of our charity events in Nashville. They're usually the first ones to stand up and say, hey, we're a part of it. And so thank you for that segment, Tammi. If you are not busy this weekend and you'd like to get all of your gift shopping, gift wrapping, maybe buy your tree, maybe get a little something to eat from a good old food truck, you need to come and visit us at Holiday Market at the Mansion, an outdoor market of seasonal and unique gift items at the historic Two Rivers Mansion. November 19th, Friday, I will be there. And the 20th, Big Joe will be there. It's presented by Gaylord Opryland's A Country Christmas. And that is a fabulous show. And I'm going to be there on Thursday for the lighting. Mona Bagsby and I are going to be there. I'm so excited because they're going to turn on the lights. And then I've also been invited to go to see the Oak Ridge Boys on opening night of their Christmas show. And y'all know I'd be listening to the Oak Ridge Boys Christmas all the time. All the time, all year long. So just want to let you know I am going to be there, and we want to make sure that you are there at the market. That's the 19th and the 20th, Two Rivers Mansion. It is going to be so good. Going to be so, so, so good. Terry Williams Nutter will tell you all about it.
Donaldson Hermitage Chamber of Commerce invites you to our second annual holiday market at the Mansion, presented by Gaylord Opryland's A Country Christmas. at the historic Two Rivers Mansion on McGavick Pike in Donaldson, Tennessee. November 19th and 20th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can shop over 50 unique vendors, get your gifts wrapped, a photo with Santa, pick up some grub with the fantastic food trucks, and listen to live music. Oh, and you can get a Christmas tree all before Black Friday and all shopping local. Don't miss it.
200 years ago, a few brave souls traveled into unknown lands to make their fortune and to make their mark on the world. Today, that same pioneer spirit is still around. But now, the covered wagons are a whole lot bigger, and they're pulled by 600 horses at a time. They don't just carry food, supplies, and equipment. They carry hope to the front lines, courage to the battlegrounds, and a path forward through uncertain times. With every mile traveled, they make a way for us to live out the American dream. And now, it's time we made way for them.
A big thank you to professional truck drivers. The professional drivers, both men and women and teams that are out there driving. You think about all of this. We hear a lot about supply chain. Right now, there is a huge truck driver shortage across America. There are employee shortages all across America, but without our trucks, we get nothing. Without our truck drivers, we get nothing. So support them. Think about them on the roads and treat them real good whenever you see them out there, okay? Well, we've got a lot of wonderful shows that come to Nashville, but every week I host a show that I just absolutely love it. It's called Backstage Nashville. I love it because it's at 3rd and Lindsley. I love it because it's a matinee, starts at 12:30. Come a little early, get your picture took in front of the backdrop. It's very cool. It sells out almost every week, but it is a wonderful show of the very best songwriters. And coming up this week, Billy Montana will be there, Ray Stevenson, who this is kind of his brainchild, Jeff Trott, and Doug Seegers. They're going to be here coming up this weekend. And I just thought Billy Montana is one of my favorite people. His son, Randy Montana, is also a hit songwriter. So it does run in the family. But I thought we'd share a little bit of the story behind Suds in the Bucket.
Well, I wrote a song for, we get a thing called a pitch sheet, tip sheet, maybe let you know the recording community likes the songwriting community to know what is happening in the studios so that they can get the cream of the crop songs, and so we get it, every month or so, who's going in the studio, when they're going in, what they're looking for, that type of thing, and kind of gives us the heads up on that. And so this one particular month, Leanne Womack was looking for an up-tempo, fun, traditional country song, and so my co-writer Janai and I decided, hey, let's write something for Leanne Womack's project. She's awesome, and so we wrote this song, and my people pitched it to her people, and her people pitched it right back at my people, and so I guess it wasn't quite right for her, but my publisher still liked it, and so played it for Sarah Evans' people, and they loved it, and so they recorded the song. Sarah recorded the song, had a hit with it back in 2004. It was a 2-week #1, and most played song by a country female that year. It was a big hit, and so that was great. That was in 2004, and then a couple years later on American Idol, Kelly Pickler was on American Idol. Do you remember that? Yes. They sang it again like this year.
Simon Cowell hated it.
That's what I was gonna say. Simon, you remember Simon?
Yeah.
I mean, what a jerk, right? And so Kelly's singing the song on American Idol. Well, I don't watch American Idol. Never did. But I had a friend call and say, Kelly Pickler singing your song on American Idol. I got super excited. I grabbed the remote, scrolling through the channels, and I never heard one note of my song. I just heard Simon Cowell say, of all the songs you could have selected, you chose some gimmicky rodeoing, lassoing, soap suds in the bucket song. And I'm like, I wrote that song. Ironically, I was standing in the living room of the house that the song had already bought for me, so I didn't care what Simon Cowell felt like it. Called Suds in the Bucket, sing it if you know it. Well, she was in the backyard, they say it was a little past 9 when her prince pulled up a white pickup truck. Her folks should have seen it coming, it was only just a matter of time. Plenty old enough, and you can't stop love. She stuck a note on the screen door, sorry but I got to go. That's all she wrote. Her mama's heart was broke. That's all she wrote. So the story goes. Now her daddy's in the kitchen staring out the window, scratching and racking his brains. I could 18 years just up and walk away. Her little ponytail girl grew up to be a woman. She's gone in the blink of an eye. Sing now. She left the suds in the bucket and the clothes hanging out on the line. That's right. Well, don't you wonder what the preacher gonna preach about Sunday morning? Nothing quite like this has happened here before. Yes, he must have been a looker, smooth talking son of a gun, for such a grounded girl to just up and run. Course you can't fence time, and you can't stop love. All the biddies in the beauty shop got some going non-stop, sipping on pink lemonade. I could 18 years just up and walk away. Their little ponytail girl growed up to be a woman. She's gone in the blink of an eye. Your turn. She left the suds in the bucket and the clothes hanging out on the line. Oh man, that's pretty darn good. Ain't that one there? Yeah, she's got her pretty little bare feet hanging out the window and they're heading to Vegas tonight. I could 18 years just up and walk away. Little ponytail girl growed up to be a woman. She's gone in the blink of an eye. Last chance, she left the suds in the bucket and the clothes hanging out on the line. All right, one more last chance. She left the suds in the bucket and the clothes hanging out on the line. Yeah, that's right. Well, now she was in the backyard. They say it was a little past 9 when her prince pulled up a white pickup truck, plenty old enough, and you can't stop love. No, you can't fence time, and you can't stop love. Y'all sing great. Thank you. What a
Get your tickets to Backstage Nashville, Backstage Nashville.net. They sell out almost every week, but it is such a nice time. And by 2:15, 2:30, you're on the road, heading home. Get you something to eat before it gets dark and get home. It is the coolest thing. Lots of good free parking even around 3rd and Lindsley. So on a Saturday that time, it's just a perfect time to go see a good old songwriter show. Well, speaking of shows, I have discovered one and I'm going to share it with you. I got nothing in this, but if you have Apple TV on your device, I know I'm that person who walks around doing stuff, and I sit outside with my horses while they're eating, and sometimes I'll catch a show on my phone, but I love Will Ferrell. And I know this time of year, Elf is the big thing with Will Ferrell, but he has another new show, Every Friday, there's a new episode on Apple TV. It is an Apple TV production. It is called The Shrink Next Door. It is with Will Ferrell and Katherine Hahn, and it is cute as can be. And it takes a look at mental illness in a really tongue-in-cheek way. And you know what? It's been tough on all of us in the last year. And Will Ferrell's character, you cannot help but love him. And I just got to play you a clip because it is really a great show. It's on Apple TV.
Are you Marty? Yeah. What brings you here? I don't know. Phyllis made me come. My sister. Huh? She must be very persuasive. Well, tell me about yourself.
I run a fabrics company.
So you're the boss.
That feel good?
It feels... Phyllis has always been the strong one.
You're a grown man hiding behind a wall of curtains.
I think I can help you. The first thing I'm going to do is completely unethical. I'm going to give you a hug. No, I'm a hugger.
There's no shame in feeling pain, Marty. Be the ruler of your own domain. Work begins at 9 a.m. sharp.
Phyllis!
I'm trying to be ruler of my own domain.
This therapy is really working out, huh?
It is. It really is.
The goal of life is to live. We'll turn you into the man you truly deserve to be.
This doctor's a little unconventional.
He's a miracle worker.
What is he doing here?
Helping us. What do you think?
So much fun.
Is that allowed?
Well, I did the work, didn't I? He's changed my life. He's changed me.
You clearly have a good eye.
Me? You're the one with the good eye. Eyes. 2 eyes. The appropriate quota of ocular spheres.
Why are we running? I don't know. Run! You are growing, Marty!
Is he your psychiatrist?
Psychiatrist, business partner, best friend.
How does all of that work?
He just has no boundaries, and I don't trust him.
Cut her out of your life. She's the only family I have. Without trust, we have nothing. I trust you completely. This is my decision.
He's living in your head.
I am going to take care of everything. Feels good, doesn't it? Yeah.
Not gonna lie, love it. I've seen the first 3 episodes, incredible, and it's fun humor, it's smart humor. Will Ferrell is so good, but Paul Rudd, I saw something really neat with Paul. He was talking about, because in the movie, the Thor movie, the Invincibles are I don't even remember the whole thing, but anyway, he played Ant-Man, and he talked about. He went in to take the pictures. He'd worked so hard to get his abs it all developed and everything. And then he stood next to Chris Helmsley, who is Thor. And he's like, why did I even bother? Why? And it's hard to believe that the same person, and he looked really great. It was so funny to see somebody like Paul Rudd in that character and then go and play this shrink. It's just a wonderful show, and especially going into the toxicity that some people experience during the holidays with their family. I think you'll like that. Learn how to roll with it, learn how to laugh with it. Y'all, I'm so excited because this week, hopefully, we're going to be getting to see somebody that I just adore, who's probably one of the most talented people ever to write a song in this town, and that is Skip Ewing. Got a brand new Christmas album. It's titled Christmas. Skip Ewing, Christmas, with a lot of wonderful influence from Montana and Wyoming, where he is. And the beautiful scenery has certainly affected his music for Christmas. We're going to close with a brand new cut from his album. It's a brand new single. Skip Ewing will be joining us this week. We're just setting up our time, but this song is called Whenever a Child is Born. That voice, it's just none better. Be safe, be kind. Remember, you are loved.
When every child is born. All of the heavens pause to offer a prayer of gratitude and love for every child that rests at its mother's breast. God is there. God is there. Gloria. Every day anyway is a Christmas morn. Gloria. God is there when every child is born. When every child is born, all the heavens sigh, shining in every star up in the sky, is all of the fear and hope of a wondering world. God is there. God is there. Gloria. Every day anyway is a Christmas morn. Gloria. God is there whenever a child, wherever a child, forever a child. Whenever a child is born, every heart rejoices. For every child that's born cries with heaven's voice, Gloria. Every day anyway is a Christmas morn. God is there whenever a child is born. God is there whenever a child is